All right. Are we good? Good morning, guys. Look, chat. Good morning, guys. Please let me know if you can hear me. Good morning, guys. Yeah. Are we good? Good morning, guys. Please reply with a hi if you're online. Start joining. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? What's the issue? Is it network? Welcome to YouTube Live. Okay, people, let's give 5 minutes for everyone. Okay, guys, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? I feel the network is very bad. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Please reply with a hi if you can hear me. I can see Lesel, good morning. David, good morning. Sani Abduhari, good morning. Chris Omanta, good morning. The screen is not eligible. Okay. Okay, why can't we can't see? Okay, okay. So the network was very, very bad. I feel the network was bad. Um, okay, okay, Sunny. Okay, I recognize you, Sunny. Can't see the write up. Good morning. Okay, okay. Others, um, some time to join. Peace, Victor. Okay, guys. Good morning. Please share the link. Share the link to groups so they can join us. Share the link to groups, different group. I will drop the WhatsApp link now. Sorry, the live link, so you can share. This is the live link. Paste. Please share this. Who's this call? Hello. Okay. By my time is so. Let's give it 11:10. We'll start 11:10. Oh, someone is saying I should increase the volume. Okay. Let me. The volume is okay now. The volume is okay. Okay. Are we good? YouTube live control. Okay. So we'll start 11:10. 10 minutes past 11. 10 minutes past 11. We'll start. We'll start 10 minutes past 11. 10 minutes past 11. We'll start. Hello. One minute to go. 1 minute. Julius Akpan, welcome. Chris, welcome. Um, Mustafa, welcome. Celeb, welcome. Peace, Victor, welcome. Please keep sharing the link. I'll paste it again. Share this link. Okay, so we are going to start right away. So in our last class, we discussed about data analysis. Data analysis. Please confirm with a 10. Type a 10 if you can hear me clearly and audibly. Reply with a 10 if you can hear me clearly. Reply with a 10 if you can hear me. Type a 10 in the comment section of your live chat if you can hear me. Type a 10 in the comment section if you can hear me. Okay, somebody is saying, can I get link for the one lecture? Let me share right away. Link for the one lecture. Okay, I will provide after this training. After this training, I will provide link for the one lecture. Okay, Coach Adekunle 10, Oluche 10, Peace 10, Akumbo Miriam 10. Okay, good. Now, we started by definition. If you are in my last class, if you are in my last class of data analysis, if you're there in the last session, please, good morning, Ruth. Oh, Ruth, I remember you. How are you? If you're there in my last section, please give me a comprehensive definition of data analysis. A simple definition. I gave a definition of data analysis last week. Can you please remind me of that definition before we start? Please remind me of the definition of data analysis. Who can remind me? I gave a definition of data analysis. Somebody should. Ruth, I know you were here. Julius, you were also here. Peace, you were here too. Miriam, I think you were here. Oluchi, I'm not sure. Adekunle, I'm not sure. Okay, good. Give me a definition of data analysis. You guys did not revise. Okay, let's go. Now, what is data analysis? Simply put, the process of using past information for decision making. I said it in the first class. When you're if you're using past information for decision making, it is data. The act of using past information to make rightful decision. Peace, thank you very much for this. So that's data analysis. Now we have the process of service is poor. The act of using. Okay, please let's see how maybe you can rewatch the video, but try and communicate. Mufasa, I know you were here. Mustafa, you were here in my last class. I'm very sure of that. So Peace said the act of using past information for useful decision making. I love that. Useful decision making. It's not just for decision making. If that decision you're making is very useful. Okay, Chinonye Roots. Data analysis is the act of using past information for decision making. That's good. That's good. We also looked at the tools. Now I gave you an example. For example, now you're selling Jumia. Jumia has been selling for the past 10 years. For example, now I'm just giving an instance. Now they want to know the product they are going to invest more in 2025. What are they going to do? They are going to carry their database, give to a data analyst for them to tell the data analyst to suggest the product that sells more. If the data analysis gets it right, it will now give the information to Jumia. Jumia will now invest more on that product that sells more. That is just data analysis. And I told you it's useful for health. You can use it for business, which is business analysis anyway. You can use it for politics, you can use it for sport, you can use it for anything. Data analysis is a go. So guys, after that, I gave some tools we use to analyze this data. The tools we use to analyze this data. So if I'm not mistaken, I want somebody, maybe Ruth. Okay, Ruth I've tried. Julius, you was not there. Service is poor. Somebody should give me the tools. I mentioned about 4 to 5 tools. Write down the tools for me. The tools I say we can use for data analysis. You should write it down in the comment section. Give me the tools you use for data analysis. I'm waiting. The tools we use for data analysis. The tools we use. Roots, thank you very much. Chinonye Roots. Chinonye is saying Python, Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Tableau. I think that's what I mentioned. Any other person? Give me the tools we use for data analysis. The tools used for data analysis. Another person, Chris, Python, Excel, Power BI, and Tableau. Okay. Peace, okay, okay. Power BI, Tableau. Any other person? Tools for data analysis. Okay, that's it. That's majorly the ones I mentioned. Tools for data analysis, as you can see. I mentioned Python, Excel, Power BI, SQL. Now, who can tell me what is an open source? So if you're not in my last class, go through the video I will post after this class. That's the first session. This is the second session. I don't intend wasting much time here. You get. So, so that's it. Oyinye, okay. Miriam, thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's good. The data analysis is the process of collecting data, analyzing data, and making data in a useful information. That's correct. Anyhow you twist it. Whether Egbe or Egbe is the same thing. Are we good? Now, I made mention of open. So if you're not here, know that since data analysis, the whole purpose of data analysis is for useful decision making. Somebody said it, Peace said it, for your rightful decision making. You get. There are tools we use to analyze this data. The first one is Python. If you don't know now. Second one is Excel. Next one is Power BI, SQL, and what Tableau. So there are how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there are 5 tools we mentioned. There are many. There are many tools, but these are the major. The volume is low. Why is the volume low? The volume is low. Let me see. Chat. The volume is low. Can you hear me now? Is the volume high enough? Can you hear me? Is the volume high enough? Chris, please reply. Is the volume high enough? Chris, I'm waiting before we continue. Remember, the purpose of this class is to carry everybody along. Can you hear me now? Is the volume high enough? Please reply so we start. If you can hear me correctly, reply so we start. Reply so we continue. The volume is better. Chris, any other person? Can you hear me? I need one more confirmation. The volume is better. Okay. Any other person to confirm? Please confirm so we continue. Is the volume okay on your end? Apart from Chris. Okay, Janet, thank you. The volume is okay. Okay, the volume is okay. Okay, that's good. So, for today's class, I said data analysis is the process of collecting data for decision making, the process of doing anything to data for the purpose of what decision making. And I mentioned some tools for data analysis. I mentioned Python, Excel, Power BI, SQL, and all that. Now, after that, I said some are open source, while some are closed source. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's start with the closed source. Give me an example. Who can tell me what is an open source tool? An open source tool. I need somebody to tell me the meaning of an open source tool. What is an open source tool? Define an open source tool for me. Who can give me Definition of an open source tool for me. Excel. Okay, still root. An open source is okay. An open source is a source you do not use money to use, and a closed source is a source that you pay for. Correct. Those tools that you pay money to use, they are closed source. Why the ones you don't pay money to use is an what? Open source. You get, the church is open, you can easily enter the church. You get, the mosque is open, you can easily enter the mosque. Entering your house is okay, you have to pay rent before you start living in a house. So your house is a closed source, why the church is an open source. And I gave you is a tool that you cannot, somebody say ABY said IY name. Is a tool you cannot pay money to access. That is a closed, you cannot pay money to access. Okay, you cannot pay money. Okay, it's an open source, you can't pay money. Can you increase your voice? Can you guys hear me? Is my voice okay? Please confirm if my voice is okay. There is this class, an open source tool are tools you use. Okay, let me ask you guys now. Learning with me. Listen, you joining this class today, is it an open source or a closed source? I need a honest reply. Is it an open source or a closed source? You being in this class today, learning data analysis with me, is it an open source or a closed source? I need a honest reply. Learning data analysis with me, is it an open source or a closed source? All right. I'm waiting. Somebody is saying in the group, oh, opening the link is taking me straight to YouTube and there is no option for chatting there. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, Veronica, can't join us. So Veronica, make sure you're signed into YouTube first. Make sure you're signed into YouTube so that they can detect your account. Okay, Moses, you're busy with work, so your record. Don't worry, the recorded video will be placed. But why I usually encourage people to join is so that you can ask me questions. Why online classes does not sell is because you can't ask question, but this is an avenue where you can ask me question and I will answer you. But if you're watching through a recorded video, you will not have an opportunity to ask questions. Someone should help her. Are we good? Good. So example of open source tool is Python and SQL. Closed source tool is Excel, Power BI. You get. Now, after all these tools, I asked you guys the one we are going to start. You said the volume is wrong, bad again. Why is it? Shit, who is? Hello? Do you know I'm in a meeting? I'm in a meeting. The volume is low again. Can you guys not hear me? Is the volume okay now? Somebody should confirm so we can continue. Is the volume okay now? Okay, good. The volume is okay at my end. Roots, okay. Volume, it's an open one. Okay. Solomon is an open one. Okay, good. Now, I said all these tools we've mentioned, some are an open source and why some are closed source. And you guys said an open source tools are the one we pay money, we don't pay money to use. While a closed source tool is the one we pay money to use. So that's almost all of the things we did last week. After which we treated Python. You guys said we should start with Python. Good, good. The volume is okay now. You guys said we should start with Python. So somebody from this class to give me a comprehensive definition of Python. Give me a comprehensive definition of Python. Give me a comprehensive definition of Python. Okay. Root say is a popular programming language that only programmers understand. This is somehow correct, but it was not the definition I gave. Though this is an analogy I gave, but I need a comprehensive definition. Sister Anna, please, anyone having issue with volume should check their phone, okay? It's a popular language that only programmer understand, okay? Was this the definition I gave? See the definition I gave. I say Python is a high-level OOP. Python is a high-level object-oriented programming language. Python is a high-level object-oriented programming language. Python is a popular programming language that only programmers understand, okay? Python is a high-level. It was built in 1991 by Guido van Rossum. Correct. Somebody is saying it was built in 1991 by Guido van Rossum. Python is a high-level object-oriented programming language by Peace. Thank you very much, Peace. I like that. Python is a high-level object-oriented programming language. Now, after which we looked at what did we do? So that's basically what we did the last time. So today we're going to be looking at variables and data type. After variables, now let me explain this whole stuff. After we do variables, data type, we do conditional statement, we do loops, we do error handling. You're done with Python. There is no big deal again. Python for data analysis is finished. Python, the network is bad. Somebody is saying something, oh, we should look at for the person. Oh. Somebody is saying the network is bad. On WhatsApp, oh, people should try and help each other. The network is bad. Please share a recorded video of the lecture at the end of today's class. I have issue with the network. Join but unable to hear anything. Oh, that's bad. Sorry for that. Let me reply her. My friend, please, you get the recorded video, but the idea now is I would really like you to be online so you can ask me questions. Try again to use a different network or go to another place so you can join this class. Thank you. Now, somebody's piping a high level object. Yes, okay. That's good. Now, today we are going to be looking at variables and data type. Variables and data type. Variables and data type is what we are going to be looking at. Variables and data type. Variables and data type. So variables, take note. This is a temporal location used to store value. In the next two classes, we should be done with Python. Now, take note. I said a variable is a temporal location used to store value. That is a variable. A variable is a temporal location used to store value. A variable is a, take note, take it, write it down. A variable is a temporal location used to store value. Temporal location used to store value. Are we good? A temporal location used to store value. Now, what is an IDE? Where we write code, where we write Python code is called IDE. IDE means what? Integrated Development Environment. So the IDE we are going to be using today is online-python. For example, this is an IDE. Online. I'm going to be posting the link here. Online-python. Let me paste it. Use this link to write your Python code. Use this link to write your Python code. Use this Python code. If you've clicked on the link, this online-python.com, drop a 10. If you've clicked on this online-python.com, drop a 10. If you have opened this site, online-python, make sure you clean everything here. Clean it up. Clean it up. Everything should be clean. Some persons will leave this thing like this. Clean it up. Julius Akpan 10. Online. Now, if I want to write a variable, remember, listen attentively. I said a variable is a temporal location used to store value. Now, see how you store value in Python. You say y is equal to, what do you want to store? Let's store number 10. We have stored, this is the syntax. Syntax is how you use Python, how you use something. Please, I'm not following. Can you recap? 10, 10, 10. Okay. Now, we started this class by saying data analysis is the art of analyzing data for useful decision making. I gave you an example. I used Jumia as the example. After which, I said data tools for data analysis. I mentioned Python, Excel, Power BI, and SQL. Those are the tools I mentioned. Now, after which, we said we are going to work with Python. I said Python is a high-level object-oriented programming language. I did not bother to explain now because you will not understand yet. See when we go further. Now, after which we entered variable. I say a variable is a temporal location used to store value. That is what I want to explain now. A temporal location used to store value is a variable. Sis Anna Chinwe. That is where what I want to explain a variable now. We are not wasting time in today's class. I don't think I will be up to 1 hour. I may not be up to 1 hour because in the next few minutes we are closing. Now, see what a variable is. If you say y is equal to 10, it means you're storing y in a place, 10 in a place of y. If I come here and say x is equal to 4, it means we are storing 4 in the place of x. If I come here and say r is equal to 2, we are storing 3 in the location of r. If I say r is, let me see, use p is equal to 1. We are storing 1 in the location of what? P. Let me come again. If you say y is equal to 10, we are storing 10 in y. If you say 4 is equal to y, we are storing 4 in x. If I say 3 is equal to r, we are storing 3 in r. If I say p is equal to 1, we are storing 1 in what? P. What does it mean? If I say me, I'm equal to you, it means me and you are equal. You are storing me in your location. Either me or you will fly. So if you say 10 in y, if I call y, I've called 10. If I say 4 is equal to x, if I call x, I've called 4. So that is it. This is equal to this. It means both of them are what? Equal. If you say r is equal to 3, it means if you call out r, you've gotten 3. So temporal location used to store value. You've stored this 10 in location of y. Do you understand? That is just variable. Y is equal to 10, meaning you store 10 in location of y. That is the syntax. That is just a syntax is how you use things. So if you understand the variable, use the chat box. Give me an example of a variable. See an example of a variable. If I say y equal to 10, we've stored 10 in location of y. So write your own example for me in the chat box. I'm waiting. Bad network, no voice. Wow. This is really, I'm really not happy with this. No voice. You can't hear me. Okay. Give me an example of a variable. Give me an example of a variable. Coach Adekunle, sorry about that. Okay, Dora. Dora, okay. Michael, Dora said Z equal to 5. P said D equal to 5, okay. Michael say F equal to 12. Julius say 1 equal to P. It should be P equal to 1, not 1 equal to P. Douglas Joshua, Z equal to 25.88. Okay, these are all variables. Oh yeah, explain now. Don't just give me. Oh yeah, explain it. What does it mean? If you say Z equal to 5, what does it mean? If you say D equal to 5, what does it mean? F equal to 12, what does it mean? 1 equal to P. Okay, so what's Julius? Akpan is P equal to Y to 1. The alphabet should be in the left hand side. The number should be in the right hand side. For example, see the alphabet here in the left hand side. The number is in the right hand side. B equal to apple. Okay. Okay. Explain. What does it mean? What does it mean? Who can explain? What does it mean? Dora, you're the first. Oh yeah, explain. What does Dora, you said Z equal to 5. What does it mean? Explain to me. Z equal to 5. Tell me what it means. Janet, X equal to 10 means that S is 10 and 10. Thank you, Janet. Thank you very much. I love that. You guys are doing great. Janet said X equal to 10 means that X is 10 and 10 is X. Dora, peace, Victor, D equal to 5 means storing 5 in the location of D. Storing 5. Thank you. Julius, P equal to 1 mean P is in place of 1 is in place of P. Julius, 1 is in place of P. Your example this time is correct, but your explanation is not so correct. 25 is found in location of Z. Thank you. Dora, it means you are storing 5 in place of Z. Correct. Solomon, X equal to 7. It means 12 is equal to... Okay, thank you, Sunny, Cynthia, Ruth. Okay, that's it. Now, the output statement of Python, I said it before, is the print. Somebody say, what is this people saying? The output statement of Python is print. Now, if I want to get the value of y, what is stored in y, I will just come here. I will say print y. I'll put y here. The output statement is, if you want this code to run, if you've heard of programmers saying, I want to run a code, I want to execute a code, is having issue. This is how to do it. If you want, for you to run a code in Python, you have to use an output statement called print. So if I want to run this code, I will just say print y, not print 10, oh. Print y to get 10. If I run the code now, you see what will happen. I got 10. If I change here now to 1, now see how the print is. You write print in small letter. See it, because some people will be bringing errors. The print should be in small letter. You open brackets. and you close the bracket. In between the open and closing bracket, I used y. Do not add space here. Some people write like this. Remove it. Open bracket, close bracket, and put the alphabet, not the number. If I run the code now, I'll get 1. So all of you, the example you've done, write a code, go to online-python.com, write a code. You can say y is equal to 2, y equal to 3, or x equal to 1 equal to, then come here and do print and put the number. Copy the code and paste in the chat box, and also the answer. Do example for me. Copy, do it for me. Declare a variable and print the word variable. Do it and paste in the chat box. Do it. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Declare a variable and print the variable. Copy it and paste for me in the chat box. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Do that now. I'm waiting. Now, that is how to write variable in Python. The next thing we are going to be looking at is data type. Data type. Data type. Data type. Now, all through your primary or your secondary school, you've dealt with no more than 8 data type. You've dealt with alphabet, you've dealt with numbers, you've dealt with um, this thing, symbols, you've dealt with Roman numerals, Arabic numerals. That is data types in your learning. Python also has data types. Python has data types too. You remember it's learn English language now. This one is Python language. Do you understand? It also has data types. It also have data types. Majorly, there are different ways of classifying data types. But for your understanding, I'll classify data types into 2 ways. We have the major, the we have 2 kinds of data type. Let me just classify into beginner and advanced data type, or major and minor data type. Anyhow you want to classify, but we have majorly 8 kinds of data types in what? Python. The first one is what? Numbers. Numbers. We have, okay, let me just go to floats. We have floats. We have integer. We have complex. We have list. We have tuple. We have list, tuple, dictionary. How many have I mentioned? We have string. Let me put it at the beginning. We have string. We have string, floats, complete list, integer, and the last one is what? Set. Let me change this color to. So guys, these are the data types we have in Python. We have how many data types? We have the string, we have the float, we have the integer, complex, list, tuple, dictionary, and what? Set. So we'll be ending the class not far from here. But before we go, let me check your assignment. Print m, okay. C equal to 5. That means anywhere we see it's also mean good, 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 good. Now, I said we have how many kinds of data. So you're going to look this now. I will ask you in the comment section. So you list it for me. I've listed about 8 data type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I said we have string in Python. Oh, string, float, integer, complex, list, tuple, set, dictionary, and set. I want somebody to list the 8, to list 4 for me in the comment section. All the things I've listed, list only 4 for me in the comment section. If you can do it, I'll be very happy. List the 4 roots, all my people. Or yeah, list 4 data types for me in the comment section. Before we close, that will be your last task before we close. Oh, somebody, Chris. Instead of you to do your tax, you're correcting me. All right. Thank you very much for correcting me. Couple has no harm. Okay, there was a day in a church. They gave testimony. The guy came out to give testimony. He said he made hundreds instead of million, he said million. The guy was giving the testimony. Instead of to say 100 million, he said he made 100 million. Somebody from the congregation now said, "Sir, it is not million, it is million." The pastor said, You have not even made 1 million. You're correcting someone. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate, but I want you, provided I wish you did the task before correcting me. I would have been more happy. But that energy used in correcting me would have focused in doing the task. Anyway, I appreciate you for correcting me. I've seen the mistake. Thank you very much. But please, Chris, do your task. Thank you, Oga. Tuple. Okay, he has done it. String, float, list, complex, tuple, integer. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Dictionary. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. This will be, let me show you what we'll do next week. Um, if I go to Gmail. So you read ahead. I want to show you what you do next week, so you read ahead.